What's up, guys? So I just wanted to talk about everything that's happened here, kind of to finish off this series. So basically, I competed in the second show 2 days ago now, so it's Monday. Just a few things on my mind, going through my mind right now. So I ended up coming third place in juniors and then third place in the heavyweights. It was actually the same top three heavyweights as my last show, but they switched the first places and second places this time. You know, these guys, I'm half these guys' age, so it's not a big thing for me to come in third. I feel that, you know, in retrospect, I should have dropped down to light heavy for this show. I believe I could have won that class, but, you know, it is what it is. Now, the junior class, if you guys have watched the video, I believe that I should have placed higher. I believe I should have placed at least second. You know, not taking anything away from anyone there, it's just I feel that I was overlooked in that sense. But it is what it is, right? The first place kid was peeled, shredded, guy looked awesome. He did really, really well in this show. Believe he took the lightweight as well. So it's, you know, it is what it is. I'm not complaining about that. It's just I believe I should have probably placed second. But, you know, you sign up for this when you get into bodybuilding. You really never know what the judges are looking for. And it's hard to kind of gauge, like, you know, like what they're looking for. Sometimes it's, you know, it's tough. It's a tough thing to accept, but I'm proud of what I've done and what I've achieved this year. But I had an awesome time, guys. I met a lot of cool guys. Shout out to my buddy Nico. Him and we hung out backstage, like everything the whole time. Really cool dude. He actually has a channel, guys. Guys, this kid is sponsored by Chris Jones of Pump Chasers, Physiques of Greatness. He's one of their sponsored athletes, so it's pretty sick. I'll leave his channel in the description box, so you guys can check him out. But anyways, buddy, shout out to you if you're watching this. We had a great time. So that was awesome. But I was going to do another show 2 weeks from now with my buddy Eric. But you know, things got really real for me, guys, leading up to this show that just happened here, this provincial championship. I can't explain to you guys how difficult it was to stay contest shape for 4 weeks. The shows were a month apart. Guys, it literally was starting to kill me. That's kind of an exaggeration, but I have been a mess this last month. I put my body through all hell. What first triggered me to decide not to do this show is my body went into like a rapid state of like fat burning. I was eating probably 2 to 3 times more than I was leading up to my first show of the year, and I was rapidly losing weight. My body was literally just burning right through food. It was actually quite alarming, and I believe that my physique actually started to suffer from it. If you've seen the video, I didn't particularly agree with how I placed, but at the same time, I was not in the same conditioning I was in my last show. I actually lost like a few pounds between shows, stage weight, but I looked softer, you know, like on this show, I wasn't as tight. Everything wasn't popping as much. And guys, this was the big thing for me. In fact, you'll actually see it if you watch the video. If you watch my routine, my body, this whole show, was cramping up so badly. I was severely dehydrated. So I actually, like, I remember coming off for the juniors after the trophies and placings and everything, and I had to go back out for the heavyweights. But I couldn't even flex my right quad. My right quad was so severely cramped that I couldn't even, there was no definition at all because I couldn't flex my leg. It was in so much pain. So I remember having to like search for Gatorade backstage, and you know, you want to limit the amount of liquids you have before stage, but I had to knock back like a whole Gatorade because my electrolytes were completely bone dry. I was severely cramping, like my calves, my hamstrings, everything was cramping a lot on stage, and I just didn't bring the same package. I did not bring the same confidence, composure. Like my last show, I was calm, cool, my poses were perfect, and today, or on Saturday, it just wasn't the same. So, you know, you have to accept it, and you have to hold yourself accountable for some of it, and that's just the reality, guys. It killed me to drop the show doing it with my buddy, but I had to. You know, it was really ambitious from the start how I wanted to do 3 to 4 shows this year. I really underestimated what that was going to entail. So after, you know, it was about probably 2 weeks before this show that just happened, this provincial championship show, that I just, I woke up one day and I'm like, that's it, I'm done. I don't want to diet another day. So that's pretty much how that happened. Guys, it's really important to listen to your health. Bodybuilding competitions, and especially the natural route, can be very, very unhealthy. You know, what killed me was my diet. I had, not only that I did not have almost any carbs, I had almost no fats in my diet as well. It was primarily just proteins. And I literally, my hormones were all out of whack. I mean, they still are. I'm still, you know, it's only 2 days after. I'm trying to get everything regulated, but my testosterone was completely shot. And this is what happens when you're a natural bodybuilder. And it's not something you want to do. You know, I would say 2 shows is pretty much it, unless they're just like a week apart. But these 2 shows were a month apart, and that really was difficult for me. So that being said, guys, I have a photo shoot tomorrow coming up. So I'm still, you know, I went a little crazy yesterday with the food and stuff, but today I'm you know, I'm really keeping an eye on what I'm taking in, so I can look good for the shoot tomorrow. But other than that, I have my whole off-season plan, you know, compiled and ready to go. I have all my macros set up. So I'm gonna do this slow. I'm gonna do this reversed, guys. This is the best way to do it. Oftentimes people, you know, binge like crazy after a show. They put on a lot of weight, and it's very, very, very counterproductive in my opinion. The time after your show is really, really important to get it right. And yes, that's very tough to get it right, but it's something you should definitely strive for. So that's what I'll be doing going forward here. So you know, Tuesday is the photo shoot. I'm actually not gonna. I'm taking this like week off because my body is just completely done. So I'm taking this week off because I stopped training last week on Wednesday before show. So I'm not gonna train again until Wednesday this week. So a couple days from now. Just I needed time to give my body, you know, recuperate and things like that, and properly recover. So I'll be back to training. I've got a whole program set up. I'm going to be doing John Meadows' reactive pump program. You can actually find it on tnation.com. I'll link that in the description as well. I'll be doing that for the next 6 weeks, I believe, or actually 12 weeks. But I'm going to kind of put my own spin on it. Because it's a 5-day program, I'm going to add another day of legs and stuff like that, so I'll be training 6 days a week, but I'm going to gradually do that. So before then, it's going to be the 5 days a week on the program and stuff like that. And then for food, like I said, I have my macros set up. I'm going to I'm following actually an article written by Chris Aceto, one of the top trainers in the world. It's a pretty, like, it's outdated a little bit. I think it's about 10 years old, but I believe he still preaches it. So I'm going to be, it's actually off flex.com, so I'm going to link that in the description as well. I'm going to kind of follow that. Basically what it is just kind of a gauge of how to up your carbs and how to up your fats and stuff like that after like a competition and stuff. So now, as far as competing goes, I'm sure you guys want to know what my plan is going forward. Since I placed top 3 at this provincial show in both classes, I actually qualified for nationals. So nationals are held each year in a different place, but very, very far away from where I live. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be doing, when you qualify for nationals, you qualify for 2 years, 2 competitive years. So the nationals are actually in 3 weeks this year, but I'm going to skip these ones and I'm going to do the next year's nationals. So I will be doing the 2017 nationals, guys. I'm so freaking excited for that. I get a whole year off to really focus on my weak points. Something that's so good about competing is you get to see where you're at, you know, with the low percentage of body fat. You get to see what you truly need to work on. Now for me, I mean, I need to work on overall everything, but I find that my chest needs the most work. I have a very long torso and I need my chest to really pop to compensate for that. I know I'm 6'6". It's really it's tough for me to hold symmetry, you know, and I think I do a good job, but I definitely need work. Bodybuilding is constant work and constant progression, guys. But I am, however, very, very happy how I've brought up my chest since my very first show about a year and a half ago now. I'm very, very happy with how I brought my legs. The difference is night and day, size-wise, and just a bunch of different things, guys. So I'm really excited to see what this next year holds for me. I'm really going to focus hard on this off season, and then we'll see whether or not what happens after I do nationals, depending on how I do. Like, I don't know, I'm really not sure that far ahead. I haven't planned that far ahead, but if I do well in nationals, we'll see what I'll do next. But other than that, it's looking like I'm just going to be doing that show there. You know, realistically, I'd like to do that show and then take a lot of years off. I think naturally it's probably not best to be competing every year, so what I'm going to do is really focus on off seasons and building my physique. So anyways, guys, that's the plan going forward. Thank you so much for tuning into this series and following my journey. It's been a long time coming. It's been a wild ride, but this part of my journey is finally over, and I'm very happy with how I've done, and you know, the placings that I had this year. So I had 1 first place finish and 3 third place finishes. That's awesome, guys. I mean, that's all I can truly ever ask for. That's more than what I could ask for. So that's it, guys. Nationals next year. So it's time to start this off season, do it the right way, and really make some good gains. So anyways, guys, check in with you later, and thanks for watching.